this Ed Reed thing. I feel like nobody looks good. Everybody looks
Everybody
ridiculous in the
looks
grand
terrible.
scheme.
Ed Reed, I mean, I don't. One, we do like. I mean, why is the HBCU? Why is it the punching bag, the administrative punching bag for these coaches? I mean, that piece, it was just, the whole thing looked incredibly unprofessional to me. If you're Ed Reed and you're going to be a coach, Ed Reed was, that video looked like he was trying to get everybody like motivated for the AFC title game. I was like, it's a different skill set, man. It's a totally different skill set.
Like anybody that was like, we want Ed Reed to get his job back. No, he made it very clear he did not need to be the coach of nobody's head coach. There's certain ways you got to do it, and he can't.
Can't. He still thinks it's 3rd and 9.
Like he is all like, yeah, he is all motivation. Like that is exactly what it is. He gonna get it all done like that. And I'm just like, hey man, you got on Instagram Live and trash your bosses before you even had the job. Only black people would be expected to put up with that. Like that's the thing that people don't seem to like. And I said this on Twitter, and I mean this is so wild that like I haven't even really been hard on Ed, but people will stand up for one of these black dudes over a whole black institution and then call me to sell out.
That's right.
Right. And that's the thing that got me about that is that dude is clearly shown that he doesn't have the temperament for what is in effect a corporate job. Right.
It's a white collar job. It's a management job. And you don't get to act like that.
No, you don't. It's simple as that. You don't get to act like that. Now, do they need to fix a whole bunch of other stuff? Absolutely. Does the school have big problems? Absolutely. Do any of the people talking to me about how messed up the school is give a damn about it? Not a one.
Not a one.
Not a
they care about it. It's
one of them.
A celebrity story.
Yep.
And then
we're not talking about Deion, but we're not talking about Deion Sanders this time. We're talking about Ed Reed. And I know that Ed Reed even probably has lower dislike ratings than Deion does, right? He's Ed Reed. Who doesn't like Ed Reed? But we're still talking about Ed Reed here. And look, there's big problems, like I say, that apply to so many different people. But I don't think people understand how thirsty they are to trash black colleges.
That's the point. It's like, what is the end game to all of these conversations? The end game, if you're really telling the truth, is to trash the black college. That's what you're actually in it for. Are you in it to support Ed Reed, or are you in it to actually trash Bethune-Cookman? You're actually in it to trash Bethune-Cookman. That's what you're really doing.
And without actually having any beef with Bethune-Cookman.
That's right.
Which then raises the question, you just be dogging out black folks.
That's right. In other words, it all comes back to the same thing. You here to trash us. Because that's the only piece of it you know. In a lot of ways, it's no different. It's the actual opposite of all the Kaepernick stuff, which was, what do you know about the issue he's talking about? Nothing. You just want to support cops. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Or you want to support the American flag, whatever it is. You are in it for your reasons.
Yeah, they was asking me when I was doing CNN, them white people had you up here to trash Deion. Yeah, because they were trashing Jackson State.
That's right.
They didn't need help to do that part, right? Like I went on TV to stick up for a whole city and the thoughts that they had behind this whole thing. And I become the sellout. And I'm like, you guys don't really understand what this is, do you? Like, you don't really see the game that is being played here. Cats like Ed Reed and Deion are being treated like they own like
they're the Pied Pipers.
Washington. It ain't Du Bois. You know what I'm saying? Like they the ones telling the hard truths to their people. Like that's what those folks are. And when have you ever been able to trust that person?
Well, and that's why CNN called. It's like, because it's like, once again, if there's a way to trash, let's trash. And my recommendation was, okay, look at the history of funding of HBCUs in the first place. Just take sports out of it. How did these institutions come to be? They were always underfunded. Yeah. And it was always treated as benevolence in the first place, to keep us away from them.
Right. And the part that people I don't think talk about is, because there's questions to ask about like the behaviors of the board, that at Bethune and these other places, but an underfunded place is the easiest one to steal from.
That's right.
Right. Like that's and it leads to a mentality, a scarcity mentality where people are just trying to get theirs, especially in a world where academics think they're supposed to get rich. But that's a whole different discussion. All right. We're banging up on the time here. That is Howard Bryant. Check him out at Meadowlark Media. Check him out at ESPN. One day he going to put this book out.